4 quarters of Notre Dame football.
He's met by Alohi Gilman with a nasty hit. Chase Claypool reaches across the goal line. Touchdown Irish. Still moving. Chris Fink inside the 20-yard line. Down he goes.
No matter what happens, we stay together.
And intercepted by Jalen Elliott.
Look, a great fake. Touchdown Notre Dame.
Notre Dame collects a 38-7 road victory over the Duke Blue Devils. Welcome to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com. I'm Darren Pritchett, joined by former Notre Dame linebacker Corey Mays. Well, Corey, in this contest, the Irish built an early lead. How are they able to maintain the advantage throughout the ballgame?
I think it was by starting fast. You know, you're facing another team on the road after a bye week, their bye week. I think they were able to find the touchdown a lot more easier than fans were able to find the ACC broadcast. But I think it was just the culmination, just starting fast and wanting to control the ball on the ground.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. The Fighting Irish taking on the Duke Blue Devils. The Blue Devils entered this contest coming off a bye, and they had lost their previous 2 games to Virginia and North Carolina. Ian Book and the Fighting Irish last week, the come-from-behind win against Virginia Tech. Book early on finds Chris Fink 14 yards for an Irish first down. That was a third down conversion. First down and 10, Book in the pocket, lobs it near side, and Claypool leaps and makes the catch, a reception for 30 yards. On third down and 10, another conversion. Book over the middle to Fink, another Fighting Irish first down. Third down and 6 from the Duke 18-yard line, and Book again finds Fink. He carries tacklers into the end zone for a Notre Dame touchdown.
You see the tight end runs the seam right up here, right up the middle of the field. The linebacker does not adjust on Chris Fink running the end, touchdown Irish.
That was Fink's second touchdown reception of the season.
And we're kicking.
Irish up 7-0. And here is Jameer Smith. He breaks an arm tackle, and he's off to the races. Smith will pick up 40 yards. He's knocked out of bounds at the Duke 26-yard line. Irish in the red zone. Book to Chase Claypool from 7 yards out. A Notre Dame touchdown, and that slant route gives Notre Dame a 14-0 advantage.
Zero blitz, man coverage. There's no help on the inside. This DB has to line up inside.
Really good performance by the Irish defense tonight. And there's a good solid play by Khalid Kareem, a loss of 1. And then it's the combination of Asmar Bilal and Julian Aquara. And that's a nice tackle to force a third down and long. And on third down and 9, good pressure by Aquara. Elliott, excellent coverage. And it's an incomplete pass. So far in the contest, Duke with only 1 first down. Up 14-0. How about Sibo Flemister, 11 yards and a first down carry. And then here's a little bit of a switch up. Plan runs for Ian Book. This works well. 45 yards all the way down to the Duke 5-yard line. At that point in the ball game, Book with 81 yards rushing. It's Sibo Flemister getting the call. He follows the right side of the offensive line. He takes it in from 2 yards out for a touchdown, and it's 21-0 Irish.
Sibo follows his blockers on this right side. It's great to see this physical football.
4th rushing touchdown for Flemister this year. Duke gets on the board. Aaron Young over-the-shoulder catch from 29 yards out, and Duke trails 21-7 at halftime. As we take a look at the first half stats, a really good rushing performance for Notre Dame.
Very lopsided as far.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Coca-Cola, Under Armour, Gatorade, Vivid Seats, Canon, and SiriusXM.
Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com. He's former Notre Dame linebacker Corey Mays. I'm Darren Pritchett. Good, solid first half for Notre Dame. They come out of halftime with a 14-point lead. Let's take a look at the third quarter highlights from Durham, North Carolina. The defense makes a play early on in the third quarter as Troy Pride Jr. picks off Harris, and he's going to return the football into Duke territory. The Irish defense on course today as they slow down this Duke offense, and you see Pride taking it all the way to the Blue Devil 45-yard line. Book over the middle, another slant. Claypool carries tacklers 23 yards for an Irish first down. Why not go back to Claypool once again? This time, a 35-yard reception. Good adjustment by Claypool grabbing that football. Third down and goal for the Irish. Book into the end zone. Chris Fink, the touchdown, his second of the night.
You run the motion, you run Chris Fink to the flat. Defenders, it's very hard to cover him. It kind of creates a natural pick.
28-7 Notre Dame. Third down and 1, another Book rush. He's off to the races. A 53-yard carry for Book down to the Duke 13-yard line. He finishes with 139 rushing yards. Jonathan Dorr connects on a 34-yard field goal. Notre Dame's lead was 31-7. Well, Fink with 2 touchdown receptions in the game. Now he makes a play on special teams. Look at this punt return. Weaving through traffic, he's going to go 46 yards before he's tackled at the Duke 13-yard line. And Book another touchdown pass, this time to backup tight end George Takis. The leaping catch, and the Irish have a 38-7 advantage over Duke.
This looks like this was going to George no matter what. Brock Wright is standing there wide open. I guess there was an agreement or a promise before this play, but touchdown Irish.
Brian Kelly shakes the hand of David Cutcliffe after Notre Dame beats Duke by a final score of 38-7. And Corey, you're a defensive player. You got to be proud of the Irish defense tonight, holding Duke to just 197 yards.
Well, the defense showed up today and they did their job. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Get Duke in a lot of 3 and outs and get the ball back to your offense. You really couldn't ask much more from them, except for that one blemish, that one touchdown pass. I don't know what that was exactly, but, they played to a standard today.
Clark Lee's defense held Duke to just 10 first downs in the ballgame. A 38-7 Fighting Irish victory over Duke. Notre Dame is now 7-2. More Inside Notre Dame Football is coming up, presented by TireRack.com.
Jack Nolan with Irish head coach Brian Kelly. About a football field away from where you just had a resounding victory over Duke. I saw something tonight. You thought you'd have a carryover from what happened last week. Ian Book's confidence up. After the first 3 and out, I saw him come over. He's usually a guy that leads by example. He came over to every defensive line and said, come on, guys, let's go. He did that throughout the game. He not only led statistically, but he led as the leader of the team.
Yeah, I think he's in a good spot with not only his leadership, but where he feels like he is as a player. I think obviously the win last week and taking our team, the victory against Virginia Tech, I think really has given him the confidence to go and play at a higher level. And he certainly did that today. It was the kind of performance that I think everybody's been waiting for, and he has too. And so good for him. And we're excited to see where he takes us, because it's going to be fun.
The 4 touchdown passes, impressive. The 139 rushing yards, impressive. And that's a product of him working very hard this summer to increase his speed.
Oh, absolutely. And we saw a glimpse of that against Virginia Tech with the winning touchdown. But, I think that what we felt like is that he is a better player if he's involved in all facets of the game, and that is utilizing all of his tools, and that he's a really good runner as well. So why not get him running? As you can see, that settled him down nicely into the game when he can throw it and run. He's a very difficult quarterback to defend, because now you've got to make a decision. You're going to play cover 1. If you do, you can't defend the quarterback. And, of course, in cover 1, he can throw the football, too, in the one-on-one matchups with Claypool, certainly Cole Kmet. Chris Fink was all over the place tonight, too, as well. So makes this offense very difficult to defend when we utilize him as a runner as well.
Best game of the year for Fink. You gave him the game ball. He almost broke the game open at the end of the first half. Biggest play of the game, called back by a tough penalty. Yeah. But another guy who had some bad bounces this year, who has stuck with it, and you're going to need him down the stretch.
No doubt. I mean, I felt like he was ready to have a big game. He worked so hard in his preparation, and I just said, keep working. It's going to pay off for you. I told that to the team before they went out, is that maybe we haven't looked to the level that maybe you want to in terms of performance, but keep working hard and it will pay off, and it's starting to show itself.
As we wrap this up, people are hearing the commotion beyond that wall where the locker room is. That's the sound of young men enjoying the fruits of a lot of hard work.
No doubt, and they should. It's hard to go on the road and beat an opponent like Duke soundly, a Power 5 team at their place on what was celebrated as, the biggest game that they played here in many, many, many years. So good for them. They deserved it because they earned it. They worked it, and they worked so hard for it. And I told them you should celebrate and enjoy it.
Yo, it's a month of gratitude. Grateful to be out here. Another day, another fun night. Let's go have some fun.
We got to play smart. We got to keep the quarterback in the pocket. We got to knock him down. We got to take his throwing arm.
If we play to our standard and we play at the highest level, this game does not have to be close.
We set the tempo of this game.
Have fun, play with your brothers tonight, fly around, play fast. You've worked hard, you'll be rewarded.
Let's ride. We're gonna ride. We're gonna ride. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, baby, let's get it. Hey.
Good time. Got that one to Fink. Heading for the end zone. He got right there to the goal line. And he is in for the touchdown.
Let's go. Fire! That's your drive, team. You said it. You said it.
Oh, that's love.
That's love right there.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go make a play, babe. Let's go make a play.
Handoff. It's Smith with some opening on that right side. He gets through for the first. He's headed down the right side.
Yes, sir, man! That's your crib, turn up! Let's go 3-4! Get your mind right, lock into your job, do your job, technique, execute, do all the right things. You're a better football team, but you've got to play the game the right way. And that is come out here in the second half, stop them, get them 3 and out, do your job, offensively go down there and score.
Harris throwing again. And that's going to be intercepted by Notre Dame.
That's what we do. Boom, boom, boom. We about to go to the crib with it. Yes, sir. Me and my dog.
Throwing for the end zone and caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah! Football! Yeah, 12! You had a 100-yard rush. Your first time ever.
The work that you put in showed, and I knew it would. Now you'll have to make a decision again next week to how you want to feel after that Navy game.
The Word of Life mural is actually, it's a huge reminder that, Jesus is over you. And for me, it's almost like a comforting feeling to know that, regardless of what you're going through, regardless if you're running to class late or if you're, struggling in your classes and your mind's hurt or you're hungry or you're walking through and you see the Word of Life mural, you just know that above you, Jesus, God, and the faith is over you to bring a calming peace and to help you to, get through your daily life.
Hello, Irish Nation. Welcome to Mix Mixtape Volume 10, Duke Week. This week's topic is basketball. First, did you play basketball in high school?
I did not. I stopped in middle school. Everyone kept growing. I stopped growing, so I figured I'd just stick to track.
What level did you stop playing basketball at?
Middle school.
Yeah, I kind of sense that from seeing you play. Why didn't you play in high school?
I liked football better.
Okay, so you weren't good enough to play in high school. Who do you think is the best basketball player in the running back group, which is obviously a group that does not have a lot of basketball talent?
Well, I can tell you it's definitely not Mick Asaf. Honestly, I'd have to go with me.
Kyron's probably close to last in the running back room because you have me, state champion. Wendell Carter obviously did not play a role in that. Who do you think is the best basketball player in the NBA?
He's hurt right now, but I say Kevin Durant.
What about LeBron James, the GOAT?
Used to say LeBron, but not so much now.
Yeah, he left Cleveland twice, right? Who do you think is the best basketball player in the NBA?
LeBron James.
Who is better all time, LeBron or Kobe?
LeBron James.
LeBron or MJ?
LeBron James.
Really? Who on our team, if any, could fill the role of a bench player in the NBA?
I say you, honestly.
Who's the best basketball player on our team?
I'm going to go with my dog, Jalen Elliott.
Do you think Jalen could score on me on a consistent basis?
Yeah.
I was called the young Deladova in high school. Do you want to reconsider?
No.
If one player on our team could play in the NBA, with their skill set, who do you think it is, one player on our team?
You know I'm going to go with my dog, Kyle.
Why Kyle?
Because Kyle is a crazy athlete. He can play every sport.
Who is the best player in the NBA?
Best player in the NBA. I'm going to go with LeBron James.
Best player of all time?
I'm going to go with MJ.
Over LeBron?
Yes.
Why?
He's a baller.
What is LeBron?
Almost a baller.
What are your thoughts on Jalen Elliott?
I don't think Jalen can hoop.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a false narrative. It's like MJ. It's a fake narrative. It's not true. If the coaches' 5 best basketball players and the players' best 5 basketball players scrimmage, who do you think comes out on top?
The players, I think probably 2 or 3 coaches might go down with an injury, so I'll take the players any day of the week.
All right, Irish Nation, that is it for Mixed Mixtape this week. We really appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Let's take a look at this edition of the Play of the Week.
Harris throwing again, and that's going to be intercepted by Notre Dame.
I figured the ball was coming back shoulder, so when I got off, I was just watching the quarterback, watching him. Saw him throw it. The receiver didn't, so he kept going. And then picked it off, started running, man, tried to cross field, didn't get enough blocks. What do you want? What is your 100? I'm a fat white jersey. Okay, you could have run a 10-3 down the sideline. Bro, he the slowest fast dude I know.
It's time for this week's TireRack.com question of the week. This week's question comes from Zach Roovers from Canfield, Ohio. Coach Kelly, is there a difference in preparation based on a top 10 opponent versus an unranked one?
No. I mean, I think if you start to change how you prepare for ranked opponents, then you're setting yourself up for highs and lows when you don't have a top 10 opponent. So you really need to stay with a similar approach week in and week out, faceless, nameless opponents, and make sure that you're certainly looking at strengths and weaknesses of particular teams. But no, we stay away from all those things.
Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com. Corey Mays, Darren Pritchett with you. So the Irish pick up the road victory in Durham. Now they get set to come back home and take on the United States Naval Academy triple option football. You went against this offense. What's going through your mind?
My shoulders are just shaking right now, thinking about the physical football game. This is one of the worst weeks of practice because this game has to be so focused. It's so assignment football. One little mistake and it's a touchdown. This ranked Navy team is coming in 7-1, and the Irish will have their hands full this week at home.
It's never easy against the midshipmen.
No, never.
Notre Dame is 7-2. They beat the Duke Blue Devils by a score of 38-7. Thanks for joining us on Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Coca-Cola, Under Armour, Gatorade, Vivid Seats, Canon, and SiriusXM.